welcome actors. Welcome to Screen Acting School. Grab a coffee, open your heart, and get ready. But remember, this is not a TV show, okay? It's a class and it's not free. You are paying by showing up and doing the work. So we are so excited to see all of you subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. If you're already subscribed, well, we adore you. And if you're not yet, then go ahead and hit that button, babe, because magic is waiting. So wonderful.
Absolutely. So, should we get into the good stuff?
I
This
think
week's
so.
lesson, you think so? Yeah. Okay, good. This week's lesson is on your mindset, the actor's mindset specifically, and it's unlocking creativity and playfulness. Doesn't that sound fun?
Yeah, because listen, being cast isn't about being right. Okay. It's about being real. And real actors, connected actors, they know how to play.
They sure do. And it makes a big difference. I've got a good quote for you. It's from Abraham Maslow, and he was one of the humanistic psychologists who said that what before I get into that, actually, humanistic psychologists looked at what makes life worth living, not just what's broken. It's a great way to look at psychology. And one of the most brilliant things he said was, among many, many brilliant things, was almost all creativity involves purposeful play. So play is our brain's favorite way of learning. And when we learn that way, it sticks because it's joyful.
Absolutely. So play taps into curiosity, right? Which really fuels real and lasting growth. So discovery doesn't come from control. It comes from wonder. And play creates space for experimentation without fear.
Yes, and this is interesting. Joy is a skill. The
Mhm.
ability to play is a sign of emotional intelligence and presence, being present.
Yeah, absolutely. And creativity and play aren't opposites, okay? They are actually soulmates. So, want to be more creative? Start by playing more.
Absolutely. You know, Beth and Brian have this thing going on where they're playing all together all the time in this class, and I love it.
I
And
love it.
one of the things that's a, a truth that some of the like serious artists don't get is that play isn't optional. It is essential. It's how we learn, it's how we imagine, it's how we connect with each other, it's how we create. So whether you're 5 or 50 or 150, play keeps you flexible, alive, and really magnetic. It makes people interested in you.
100%. So today we're going to show you how to get out of your head and into your heart. Okay. That's what today's lesson is all about.
And we're also going to show you how to get into your breath and your body and into that magic zone where the lines kind of just lift off the page. And casting is like, who is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's what we're going to cover. Okay. What we're getting into today is number one, how to break out of that perfectionism loop, right? And shift into that play mindset for actors. Really, really important.
Mm-hmm. And it's a powerful technique that I'm going to teach you today to unlock play in your body. It's in your body.
And then we're going to get into a visualization flow to really step into your future self and act from that place. Okay.
So if you're in Audition Plus, we're going to show you how this connects with the Fool archetype, because the Fool, and here's the truth, the Fool gets cast way more than the Overthinker. You know, we'd rather see a Robin Williams than somebody who's like, I don't get it. So there are going to be 3 things that you're going to learn today that will change your life as an actor. So we want you to lean in and learn.
Yeah, absolutely. So number one is that your mindset is what actually makes play possible. Okay. So research actually shows that when you believe your abilities can grow, you stop trying to get it right. Right. And you start getting curious. And that is the definition of play. Play becomes your practice ground, not something extra, but essential. And then mistakes aren't failure, they're feedback.
Does this sound familiar? Yes,
Exactly. Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. I love how Allie says creativity and play are my top core values. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
fabulous. It makes things so much easier. Great acting comes from embodied imagination. So when you activate your body and you start to play with psychological gesture, as we do in this class and in Audition Plus, and you tap into your senses, what your character hears, smells, touches, then your work becomes more personal and it becomes alive. And ultimately, you become castable. And a big hello to you, Malcolm. Malcolm showed up a little bit late, but you're most welcome.
Nice to see you, Malcolm. Yeah, absolutely. And play unlocks that charisma that we've been talking about, right? And charisma doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from letting go, right? When you stop resisting the unknown and you start just playing in it, you radiate ease, confidence, and presence. And that is what draws people in. It's not perfection, it's truth wrapped in a little bit of curiosity. So I want to ask you something, and this is a serious question. So let me ask you, if you stayed stuck in the exact same mindset that you had last year, where would your acting career be in 12 months?
Virginia, you should be answering this question.
I
I,
think that.
you guys, I don't know if you saw my face. My life has changed. I'm a different person than I was 12 months ago. Where are we? April? Yeah, for sure. We were 3 weeks into Luminary. Every mindset thing you're saying, I added the every day I'm learning and growing to my everyday mindset mantra. This
Mhm.
is this class is about me, guys.
So true. I mean, she's only booked 5 commercials in this year. Like she
Holy
just
crap.
and
Oh,
she lives in an area where there's not a lot of work.
mhm.
Let me tell you, she's a greedy little pig. She's taking all the work.
But we
So we really want to know, what do you think?
Yeah.
You
So, and
think?
I pose that question again, just so you can hear it. So, if you stayed stuck in the same mindset that you had last year, where would your acting career be in 12 months? Richard saying neutral. Um, Changing gears allows for improvement. Sorry,
Oh, so
the
true.
comments bounce around. I'd say I've improved, but got to keep trying. Yeah. Kyla says mediocrity if I stayed in the same mindset.
Ooh,
Because it's always
get you
about.
out of there now.
Farah says, as my mindset grows, I've been growing 100%, 100%. Christopher says, too much overthinking. Yeah, you'd be the overthinker, right? Like we were just talking.
Mm.
And yeah, those don't get booked as much. Malcolm says, I would say some improvement, but still in the same place. Yeah. Beth says, I'd be at a plateau without curiosity. Absolutely, you guys, 100%. So I think you guys are getting this, right? So now I want you to flip it a little bit. Okay. I want you to think about this. What if you stopped waiting to be cast and you started becoming someone worth casting? Someone playful, someone magnetic, someone brave, someone unforgettable.
What do
Where
you
would
think? What do you think? What if you decided to do that? Put it in the chat right now. Would it be different if you were even like 10% more playful and less fearful? You're always going to be afraid. You're always going to be afraid. If you're not afraid, you're not standing close enough to the edge.
Mhm.
But playful.
Emma says, I'd
Awesomeness.
be at the
You'll
Oscars.
be at the Oscars next year.
And Emma says, I'd be at the Oscars next year. Absolutely doable. As you know, Carlos was just walking the red carpet at the Oscars. Didn't take long, but he changed that, right? He flipped that mindset. Chelsea
Yeah,
says,
I was just going to say, Carlos said he learned from us to tell his own story.
yeah, yeah,
Tell your
100%.
own story.
Chelsea says it definitely would be making an enormous amount of difference for me. Yeah. Brian, 1% better. Exactly. Every
Mhm.
single day, just that 1% better, right? Beth says choosing plays, choosing momentum. So I'd be feeling more hopeful. Absolutely different. Yeah. So you guys know this, right? You know this innately.
You
Absolutely.
do, but you
Mhm.
might not know us. Some of you are new here, so I guess we should introduce ourselves. This is the part where we introduce ourselves. I'm Casey. I'm an acting and audition coach. In fact, I'm your acting and audition coach. I live in a cabin on a farm in the woods with 100 chickens, 3 cats, 2 dogs, and assorted humans. I love living where I love to live and helping actors around the world deliver fearless work like our alumni, Amarita Rascado, who lives in Mexico. She's an amazing actor. She just won the 2025 Premios Aura. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Can you do it, Donna-Marie?
Yeah, Premio Sora Best Cast Award. So it's like essentially the Latin Emmys.
And that was for her brilliant Apple TV show Las Azules. If you did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Good. Okay, better.
Yeah,
If
so
you have
Premio
not seen it,
Sora.
you must see it. You must see it.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to Amarita. We're so proud of her and her show. And we're so proud of each and every single one of you. And for those of you that don't know, I am Donna-Marie, and I'm your mindset and visualization coach here at Screen Acting School. I do not live in the woods, far from it. I live in a big city because I love people, action, and really helping actors believe in themselves so strongly that casting starts to believe too. Okay. So we coach actors who walk the red carpet for the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the Emmys, as you've just heard, and book life-changing roles in the #1 shows in the world. And so we come with receipts, and now we're here for you too. But I want to break it down for you a little bit. I want to break it down with love, okay? Because if you are constantly trying to get it right, you're trying to perform your way into safety. And that's not art. That's anxiety. And you all know this. You've been there, I'm sure, right? We've all had these times in our lives. So actors with the I have to get this right mindset going into an audition, trying to figure out what they want, actors with that, they don't really book. But actors with the let's play mindset bring their own magic. And everybody in the room feels that freedom. It's
Yes.
unmistakable.
Yes. All right. Now I want you to raise your hand if you have ever approached an audition like your life depended on it. Who's laughing?
I was laughing because Kyla does as she's told. You were like,
she raises her hand.
but she
Raise your hand. Tell the truth if you've ever done that, because I see your posts online. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I don't want to mess this up. Oh my God, I need this role. I'm not sure how to do that one. Can anyone help me? It makes no sense. Ah! Now imagine if instead of auditioning like your life depended, imagine auditioning like your soul depended on it. Imagine auditioning with this sense of joy, like you're posting, hey, I've got a fun one. Who wants to play? I could use a reader and a little help. What point of view do you think makes it easier for you to land the role, or just to get in the room? Just to get in the room, even, because you need to get in the room. So here we go. Are you ready to work? Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Yeah. Michael Chekhov, my favorite. So not Anton Chekhov, but his nephew was a great acting coach. He's dead, has been for a long time. So I'm taking over. So actors, if you feel this in your body, you feel and you become the character. So we are going to go through this and build some emotional connection in your joy and some joy in your body. So I want you to do this with me. Remember, you're paying for this with your work. Okay. So you're going to work with fine. What's that?
I said, unless you're driving, then don't.
Unless you're driving. Yes. If you're driving, then don't. Otherwise, I hope you're in. So we're going to put the character in your spine. If you want to get up and do this, it's way better. I'm not going to get up because I've got to deal with the camera. But if you want to get up, it's way better. So you're going to curve your spine. Now I want you to do this joyfully. So you're going to curve your spine, and now you're going to walk. You're going to walk around and just see, how does it feel to walk around with your spine curved like that? Jason, I hope I've got your name right. Don't worry, you'll get an audition. We'll help you. All right, now come back to the seat. How was that? How was it to walk around with your spine like that? What did it feel like? Sad? Yeah. Awful? Yeah. And I hope at the
Ridiculous,
same time, fun.
restricted,
Distracted. Yeah.
silly.
Silly, depressed. Yeah. We're kind of against that. A little bit of fun. Bizarre. My back hurt. The kids were laughing at you. Yes. 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 That's so good. All right. Stand up again. Now arch your back this way. Like, you know how little kids, when they're going swimming and they walk out to the water in their little swimsuits and they have their shoulders back and their bum back. So they're arching their back like, oh, I can't even show you, but you know what I mean? Like they're arching their back like this and they're walking to the water and they're very busy and important and they walk down there. Try walking down to the beach. Imagine you're like 4 years old and you're walking down to the beach because you're going to go swimming because you can. Let's do that. Walk around like that. Feel that in your body, arching your back this opposite way. Let's get you to walk fast, really, really fast doing that, and then slow it down and walk slow doing that. What's the difference? How does it feel? What's that like? Jason, I love wherever you live. It looks very pretty.
I was going to
Where you
say,
walking?
Casey, exactly the same thing.
Thinking the same thing.
Jason, and I think it was Farah looked like she was outside before too, and it just looks beautiful.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, was it different? Fast and funny, got your elbows moving?
Yeah.
That's so good.
That
I can
was
just see it.
fun.
It was fun, tense, and then more relaxed, confidence up and up and up, proud. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Your body just made you do it. It felt different, more powerful, felt restricted. Your posture is terrible. Well, this will help.
Fast was fun, slow felt funny, said Taylor. Yeah.
I had a catwalk going on for the boys' entertainment like a chicken. Yeah, I love like a chicken. In fact, animal work is so good because you can find out so much about yourself just by behaving like an animal, which is very, very good. So I think we're probably going to run out of time. So I'm going to get you to just do this from your seat. Imagine you've got a balloon tied to your chest. And it's pulling you up, 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 up. Up, up, up. Pulling you up. Almost like you're rising out of your seat. Woo! That was play. That was fun. How is that when you've got a balloon on your chest? All good? We have a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Like your soul is leaving your body from Brian.
Cool.
Beautiful, Brian. Thank you.
Refreshing, floaty. I love it. I love it.
In the workshop in Vancouver, we're going to be working on floating and various things like that. You will love it. Uplifting, confident, fascinating, confident, lovely, lovely. Your brain can lie to you, and it does. It says you're a loser. It says you can't do this. It says I'm confused. It says I don't know. It says other people are better than me. It says in grade 6, I wore mismatched socks and now nobody likes me for the rest of my life. It's a big fat liar. But your body, if you tell it to, it won't lie. It'll feel joy, it'll feel confidence, it'll feel sorrow, it'll feel power if you move like it. And then the feeling will follow. So play isn't just a mental exercise, because you can play in your mind too.
Absolutely.
It's physical. So don't imagine, embody. Don't only imagine, you must imagine, because your imagination is so important. We lost Donna-Marie.
Right here.
Come back.
You not see me?
You went teeny tiny. Now I'm like the big one here.
Not on my end.
Oh, good, good. All right, so that's it. Embody it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, guys, you want to become the kind of actor that books, right? Is that correct? If so, say yes, coach, pop it in the chat. I want to know. So if
Yes,
that's what you
coach.
want, let me know. And then I want to spend a little time with you, visualizing that playful version of you that we've been talking about today, right? And how that can apply to success as an actor. So am I seeing the yes coaches? Yes, yes, coach. Yes, coach. Awesome. Yeah, that's why we're all here. right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to spend a little time visualizing. We're obviously going to go over, our apologies, but the past 2 weeks we did good. We stayed on time. So, we do what we can here. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to ask you just to gently close your eyes.
Unless you're driving.
Slow, deep breath through your nose. Placing your hands on your lap or down by your side. And as you exhale, relax. One more slow, steady breath through your nose. Hold it. And as you exhale, feel your body relax. Now I want you to picture yourself on set. You've just finished a scene that's left the crew in tears. How do you walk off set to your trailer? I want you to play with this idea. Your assistant brings you a water. You thank them, smiling. You've learned to delegate everything you can, except for your talent. Play with this idea. What does that look like? What does your future you know that today you doesn't know? What do you no longer tolerate? What fuels your joy? What do you practice to bring this idea to life? Play with this idea. What risks do you now take with ease? Play with this idea. What's one small, smart, risky step that you can take today that moves you towards that version, your future self? Take a moment and play with this idea. Whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Yeah. Now that was a very, very quick visualization going through your future self, but I would love to hear. I would love to hear how that was for you and what your small, smart, risky step was. Maybe your future self wore leather and didn't apologize for being intense, right? Or maybe you walked into casting like you already booked it and you were just there, right? That's what we're talking about. That confidence without arrogance, power without push. So I want to chat about that. What's your small, smart, risky step that you can take today towards moving to that future self? And how did that visualization feel for you? I'm so excited to see your comments. Malcolm says, I liked that. I felt confident. Wonderful. Kyla says, Donna-Marie, your tune should be my alarm clock. I hear that a lot. Virginia's laughing too. Landon says, I'll have to wait a month to begin acting. That's okay, Malcolm, but you're taking these small steps
Yeah.
now by showing up here, right? You can still do the work, whether or not you're, financially able to get into classes right now, or you need to wait a month is one thing, but you can still take those steps. Chelsea says it felt like a roller coaster in the best ways possible. Farah says, visualizing my own fancy trailer was such a neat feeling. I love that. I love that. iPhone says it was emotional and spiritual growth. Absolutely, absolutely. Beth says I could picture myself staying on set and chilling with the crew. Yeah, right. You're seeing that, Beth. You know how you're going to be, what that future self is going to act like in those situations. Lindsay says it was such an incredible feeling, like I could do anything. Lindsay, absolutely, you can do anything. You can be and have anything you want in this world. You just have to see it first. Okay, you just need the blueprint. That is your vision. Um, Sanija, and I hope I pronounced that correct. I'm going to try. I visualize finally getting my heart's desire and also how I would decorate my trophy case. I love that. Kara says, I made a joke after to lighten up the crew and celebrate our success. So beautiful, you guys. That was super quick. Like, I think that was about a minute long that we went through that. And you can see how powerful and impactful it is, right? Really, really incredible. For those of you in Audition Plus, this is the kind of stuff that we work on every month, right? So we're just giving you guys a little bit of a taste, but take this out, take this to your everyday life, not just your acting. So
Yeah.
wonderful, you guys. Brian says, reminding myself that no matter what the result of putting myself out there is, simply that act of power. Do not tie your effort to your expectation or fear of the result. Absolutely, Brian. Beautifully said. Beautifully said.
I
Yeah.
really, really like that. Yeah. And something that we were talking about earlier, privately, is how many of the actors that we've worked with over the years have, you're getting inside scoops. Many of the actors we've worked with over the years have hidden themselves in the comfort of fear.
Mhm.
It's a lot easier to be scared to try than it is to be scared to do the work, to go out. And it's paralyzing. It keeps you on the couch. But just knowing, as Brian said, don't worry about the expectation. Doing the work is in itself is fun. It's playful.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Beth said something I can do today is give myself permission. Yeah, give
Yes.
permission even
Thank
to
you,
feel
Dad.
a little fear and do it anyways, right? Absolutely, Beth, 100%. It's just wonderful. iPhone said, I see the hours on set, but tearfully enough to enjoy. Oh, Aldo Rivera. Hi, Aldo. So nice to meet you. Wonderful to have you here. And Aldo says hi to everyone. Absolutely, you guys. It's powerful, right? Dave said, you know what? It felt really comfortable. Yeah,
Good.
get comfortable. Yeah, absolutely.
Zach's popping the champagne.
Yeah.
So good.
hmm Oh, I
So
love it.
it's very interesting. Kara says fear tends to manifest differently, more like dread or reluctance, not fear. So it took you a while to recognize it in your work. Yeah. And dread and reluctance are, Kara has a wonderful vocabulary for emotions. This is something we work on in Emotion Plus, or in Emotion Plus, in Audition Plus. We have a list and list of emotions, because many people have a very, very small emotional vocabulary. But when you start to understand all the different kinds of emotions that are related to a primary emotion like fear, then you see, oh my God, that dread, that like, oh, I can't do that, that's fear. But there's another kind of fear that drives you. It's like, oh my God, this is so, so scary. And that's a striving fear.
Yeah, absolutely 100%, Casey. Virginia said, that's where I'm at. I never wanted to try things like get an agent because it's not failure if I don't try, right? But I'm not that person anymore. No, Virginia, you are not that person anymore, and you are a booking machine, and we're so proud of you.
You are on fire. And if this lit a fire in you, then Audition Plus is the full transformation. It really is. It's where we go deep on the moment before, the moment after, emotional change, archetypes, and we teach you how to, through Donna-Marie and through me too, but we teach you how to break those bad patterns that you've got.
Yeah.
And book. And it's
Yeah.
different. It's very different than your average acting class.
Absolutely. And if you loved this future self work, then Audition Plus is where we integrate that weekly, right? So we don't just want you to act well. We want you to believe in yourself. Like your career depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Yeah, I can see Kyla saying, yeah, it does. Absolutely. You guys, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be straight up with you right now. Life is a confidence game. Okay. And if you don't learn that, you don't win. And that's just that's just the bones of it. That's all there is to it. So let's recap a little bit about what we went over today. Okay. So number one, your mindset makes play possible. Okay. So research shows that when you believe your abilities can grow, you stop trying to get it right and you start getting curious. And that is the definition of play. Play becomes your practice ground, not something extra, but essential. And mistakes aren't failure, they are feedback, they're growth.
And number two, we looked at imagination plus senses, right? So that's real emotion, your imagination plus your senses. So your thoughts create your feelings create your behavior creates your actions. So you got to start with your thoughts with Donna-Marie, and then I take you through the emotions. But great acting comes from a fully embodied embodied imagination. And when you activate that bod and you start playing with things like psychological gesture and you tap into the senses like Donna-Marie does in the first lesson in Audition Plus every week, then what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you do, that all becomes your character's work. It becomes personal, it's very much alive, and very much castable.
Yeah, 100%, you guys, right? And then number three, always remember play unlocks that charisma, right? The charisma we've been talking about for a couple of weeks here now. So charisma doesn't come from trying harder, beating your head against the wall. It just doesn't. It comes from letting go. So when you stop resisting the unknown, as Virginia was talking about earlier, and you start playing in it, you just radiate this ease and confidence and presence. And that is what draws people in. It's not
So
perfection.
true.
It's not perfection. It's truth, right? Wrapped in that curiosity. So we have a little bit of homework for you again this week. This week's homework is a fun one. This week's homework is to play. Okay. Live in that curiosity, have fun, and we want to hear about it. Okay. So we want to know how it goes. Let us know. You can post in the group and let us know your experience of just playing this week, okay? So for those of you in Audition Plus, we're going to be diving deeper into this idea in your live class on Thursday. If you're not in Audition Plus, we aren't accepting enrollment right now, but you can get on the wait list. So I will pop that link in for you. You can go ahead
While
and
she's
copy and
doing
paste
that,
it.
I've also popped in a handout for you. There's a little PDF called Actor's Mindset, and there's just exercises like we went through today for you to practice. And then please let us know in the big group or in Audition Plus, whatever. Actually in the big group, because I think it's good for everybody to just see, the big group being Screen Acting School with Casey and Donna-Marie, to just see that you're doing the work. So
Yeah.
just pop in, I did the work and I felt like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have popped the link in for the waitlist for you if you would like to get on it. If you're already on the waitlist, Wonderful. Keep your eyes on your inbox. We open enrollment 3 days before the end of the month. So we'll be going through and making selections, but please do remember it is not a first come, first serve wait list. We only take on actors who show us what they really want. We want to hear what's in your heart. We want to hear how dedicated you are to this career and to this art. And we really want to hear that. So when you fill out that waitlist form, please let us know that. And please remember, and this is the absolute beautiful truth, if you choose to accept it, you are only one audition away from a life-changing role.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of you, each and every single one of you here. So let's make sure that everyone in that room remembers you. I'm going to pop that link in for you one more time. If you would like to join the waitlist, go ahead and copy and paste now, because I think it's going to be a wrap for us.
I think so. And don't forget to download that PDF. It's just, maybe I'll add it again. It's just a little bit up the way on the chat.
Yes, it's kind of tricky. We talk a lot, so things bounce around.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and Beth says Audition Plus and the community attached is so worth it. Thank you, Beth.
Thank
And
you,
it's
Beth.
wonderful people like you in that community that make it so, so incredible. Yeah. Oh, Christopher says he loves
Thank you,
us.
Christopher.
Oh, so great.
Thank you, everyone.
You
Thank
are,
you.
oh, and Zach
Trustworthy.
said you're so trustworthy. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, you know what? This is our jam. We love helping actors book. So, oh, the freaking best. Vivian says, wonderful, wonderful. So thank you all. Have a
Before
absolutely,
we go, Donna-Marie, Eva just popped on and so Eva, you just popped on at the end of the class, but you can see this on YouTube on our, so it'll be up there after we're done. So don't worry that you missed the whole class. You can watch after. Eve
yeah,
Edwards.
you can rewatch. So don't forget, this is a wrap for us. Don't forget to do your homework, post it in the group. Let us know how it goes. We want to hear all about your messy, beautiful, playful work, okay? Because messy is honest and honest gets cast, okay, you guys? So don't forget that. So, so important. Oh, Brian says, thanks for sharing Tuesday. This lunch fed my soul. You are so welcome, Brian. We love to hang out with you, as you know. Oh, Christopher says, I nominate Casey and Donna-Marie for best coaches. Well, we nominate you as a wonderful actor and wonderful student, Christopher, and each and every single one of you. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. And I think that's a wrap for us.
I think so. Bye.
Okay, bye.